We're on our way to Mburo Lake to look for the African finfoot. Apparently this is the best spot in all of Africa to see this bird. So, leaving our lodge bright and early in the morning and heading down to the lake. We had the pleasure of staying at Rwakobo Rock for 2 nights during our Uganda trip. This lodge is ideally situated near Lake Mburo National Park, where one can find zebras, hippos, warthogs, and other classic African wildlife, as well as over 300 species of birds. So, we are here at the entrance to Lake Mburo National Park. This is the smallest of the savanna national parks in Uganda at 260 square kilometers. One of the most popular activities in the park is the boat tour of Lake Mburo, which is exactly where we hope to catch up with that secretive African finfoot. After a short drive down the dry, dusty entrance road, we made it to the lake where we hopped on a very nice boat that we had all to ourselves. We enjoyed the cool breeze on the boat that subdued the hot African savanna heat, and it wasn't long before we saw our first hippos of the trip.
This large mammal called a hippopotamus is a vegetarian animal that entirely depends on grass. It is a grazer. They move a total distance of 15 to 30 kilometers per rise per night, and early morning by 5 to 6:30, all of them are back to the water.
We continued cruising the lake looking for our target bird, but along the way Krami, our guide, was quick to point out other avian highlights like this African fish eagle and this malachite kingfisher. Eventually, our guides were quick to point out the African finfoot hugging the shore and foraging for food. Didn't seem the least concerned with our presence, and so we were able to get some nice photos and video from the boat. I found hand-holding the camera for video while on a moving boat was tricky, but I'm pretty happy with the footage. So we've been moving our way west through Africa. We're staying 2 nights at this rock lodge that's built up on this incredible vista. Hopefully you can see some of that in the background. It's also built on this extremely rocky area. This is much more what I expected Africa to look like. Much more open savanna, and that brings a whole different suite of birds and a whole different suite of mammals and also primates. You may hear the baboons in the background. They're very common here. You actually have to watch your stuff because if you stray too far or leave any doors open, they will come and take your stuff. We had some monkeys try to do that this morning. They jumped in our van and tried to take our stuff, but luckily we caught it early enough. We've seen so many different new species of birds here. We've had some really incredible ones like red-faced barbet. We've had freckled nightjar on the rocks last night. Everyone here has been super friendly. If you ever get a chance to visit this lodge, I would definitely highly recommend it. It's just absolutely beautiful. You can hear so many different species of birds starting to call in the morning. Reminds me a lot of the jungle in South America, waking up right at sunrise. We're on a little break until later this afternoon, when the bird activity starts picking up again, we'll head back out and try to find some new species. This fruiting tree in front of me, I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's been just absolutely incredible for any of the berry-eating birds. It's just loaded with berries, so I'm gonna sit here for a little while and see what I can take some photos and videos of. I've had barbets in here, bulbuls, all sorts of different things. So I'm gonna hang out here and see what I can get. Today's the day that we are leaving Rwakobo Rock. This place has been really amazing. Saw probably my second favorite bird of the trip so far, double-toothed barbet. And we're heading towards Bwindi, where we will go track some mountain gorillas tomorrow. It's about a 6-hour drive or so without any stops, and we're planning on making quite a few stops along the way for birds, so spend the day in the car with several stops along the way. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. In the next video, we're going to trek through Bwindi impenetrable forest to look for mountain gorillas. You will not want to miss it.